Now this. So apparently they were like, so for the Wilder stuff, you don't have to worry about evading because I believe there is no way to evade it like it was before. Okay, so let's go up here. Now go this way. That's what this person said. We'll see if it's correct. Oh, Woljeff. No? Okay. I will get Woljeff. We will get Woljeff.
Fun, but your eyes don't look happy at all.
Oh no.
Why are you lying?
Oh, seer, you have glimpsed my secret sorrow. I admit it. I have the ability to feel more than one emotion at any given moment.
Okay. So this other person said, I like it how this is literally like every time too. Like every single time I play this game, by the way, if you're curious. This is how my brain works. I want Woljeff back. I hate not having Woljeff. As you can tell, Abby sucks at picking locks. So this person, and I think that this might have been what I did the last time when I had it work. You go back to Dresden. And then like
You have such pretty golden hair.
Is she talking
When I
to
look
Daren
at it,
again?
I always think of the sun, angels, fresh bread, and all sorts of good things.
I like it that angels and fresh bread are
you
together.
say? Poor hungry child. I hope you won't try to eat me while I sleep.
Daren. Okay. But I think that the last time, I think I did this. I think I went back to Dresden and then I went back through. I don't have to go like into Dresden or not. We might actually have to physically go into Dresden. No. Let's try it. Also, there's actually one thing I wanted to do in Dresden. Oh, let's go. Let's take it to the streets. It always makes me giggle to the streets. I don't know why. It shouldn't make me giggle, but it does every time. Okay. So let's do this. There's one thing I want to see if I can do in the city. I hope I get more Ulbrich dialogue soon. Okay. Now, the three of us. Right? Is it the three of us? I can't, but is Ivu just gonna follow? Or is poor little Ivu just supposed to wait there all by herself? Okay, I want to go here. Yeah, how come Ivu, like, that's so weird. Like, I know she gets lost frequently for me. I don't know if lost is the right word, but she does. I'm kind of curious if there are more spots like this in the city. Let's see. Abby? Maybe hustle. Okay. This. Can you? Yeah, this. You can reinvigorate the land. And this is, I believe, Azotos specific. But now we kind of gotta run around and see if there's more like this. Look at it. It's so pretty. Hold on, like, look at this. Like, I've been able to do this in, like, random places, too. Look at it. Okay. Let's, I guess, do we, like, quickly run around this whole place and see if there's more? Look at it. Oh, my goodness. That's so nice. Can you go back here? I think, is that it? Yeah, that's it. Okay. So this way. So I guess we should look for more trees that need a little oomph. Oh my gosh, look at it. Like, look at this. So cool. This way? No. I just want to make sure there's, like, none of my companions to talk to. Oh, you're here. I didn't even realize she was here. Like, I feel like the last time I played, I had a pretty big, like, just wanting to do the story, so I didn't explore the town as much. Now, though, now that I know that I can reinvigorate land in random places. Now I kind of want to do a quick slow
We
walk.
do it my way.
Hey! You know what? Daren asked not bothering to greet you properly. I've noticed a certain wow, why couldn't... I thought that said, like, cynical for a second. Like, literally, my brain went right to cynical because this is Daren. Cyclical pattern in my life ever since I met you. First, something happens that leaves me positively intrigued. Then I descend into the depths of fear and anger, and then I start to think that it's not so bad. Curiosity comes back, and then something even more dreadful occurs. The demons attacking my home, the city around it, was unpleasant enough already, but I thought I could compensate for that by striking up a curious acquaintance and having some new experiences. Then my dearest cousin threw me right into the middle of a crusade, and just when I start seeing some positives in my current situation, the gargoyles kidnap me. The slaughter in Dresden following my triumphant rescue effectively put out every spark of optimism that I managed to gather. Now the city is in our hands again, and it's getting more and more tolerable to stay here. I feel surprisingly good, and I'm even beginning to find the city rather enjoyable. This brings me one very reasonable question to mind. What is the next outrageous and dangerous mess you're going to pull me into? Was this an overly verbose and oblique attempt to thank me and impart just how much you enjoy Dresden? I have a couple of more perilous trials and insurmountable challenges in store just for you. Does this list include the ordeal known as the trial of cold oatmeal? If not, there's nothing to be afraid of. And if you think I've just shown you my weak spot, then you're wrong. It was a deliberate misinformation. I love that man. I do. I kind of feel like at some point I'm gonna need to replay again just so I can romance Daren. Again. Greetings. So you're Horus' daughter? You've discovered my most terrible secret. Father cares so much about the Gwyrm name that he raised me in our mansion, hiding me away from the whole world. I've always been grateful to my father for everything he's done for me, even if Mendev society disapproves of some of his decisions. Would it be insolent of me to beg you for discretion? Camelia's words are polite, but her tone grows cold and sharp. Let us keep this as our little secret. I assure you, my father and I appreciate loyalty and decency. For both myself and my father, I thank you for understanding. Okay. The other one we'll save for
I'm off.
a different day. Okay, so we're cut off here. Cause let me tell you, that other tidbit of Camellia information is quite interesting. Okay, I like it that you can go into people's houses, but I don't
I do what I
want
must.
to go into people's houses because it's their houses and not mine. Abs, okay, so we need to go here and then walk through. I don't think there are going to be any other spots, but I'm 100% probably wrong. So we're going to look carefully. Like I said, though, I don't actually think I've ever just toured Dresden after I got it. Oh my gosh, this is where you guys are hanging out. Hi. Get your heads out of the clouds. Rehearsal isn't over yet. Okay. Good. Actually, you do get to watch the play by the way, when it's time. In case anybody is curious, that does actually happen. Ember! Ember's bobbing her head. She greets you cheerfully. Okay. There's nothing new there. I just want to make sure nobody's got, like, what Daren just had. Did you think about what the Hell Knight told you? Yes, he shakes his head. Another dead end. I still know nothing. How could Trevor have parted with his shield? I can't imagine. Oh, apparently that was a quest. You don't know what your brother has endured in this war. Perhaps the person you once knew is gone. You must believe in your brother. If he gave away the shield, it means he had a good reason. I do believe it, I do, but what could have made him part with the family relic? You know, it's not only the Hell Knights who told me the truth. Knight Tirabade refused to tell me anything about my brother's fate while I was serving in Canabras. After these events, she finally broke her silence, and the thing she told me, he shakes his head, that he was a good fighter, but a terrible knight and an utterly worthless paladin. He became more and more cruel as time went on. He started caring more about destroying the enemy than protecting the innocent. He gushed over Prelate Hulrin in his witch hunts. Eventually, the goddess's patience wore thin. When he beat up some poor fellow for blasphemy, Shelyn took away Trevor's power. That was a huge blow for him. He left the city asking only that his disgrace be kept a secret from his family. That's why Erebeth didn't say anything in the beginning. Or sorry, anything earlier. Brother, but how? He was always kind and merciful. Where could this cruelty have come from? What do you think of his fate now? I couldn't wrap my head around what I've learned. It's as if we're talking about a different person altogether. How could he? Why did he give his shield to that she-devil in black armor? Oh, Shellen, let this all be a mistake. I think his brother's story is actually fascinating. This would be a great spot, girl, to reinvigorate the land. This would be great. No? Okay. Horus, you're here. There you are. I've been waiting. As you see, I too have joined the crusade. I don't know how to swing a sword, but war is costly and I have money. Besides, my intellect and business sense may prove useful even on the battlefield. Besides, I believe... He shifts awkwardly from foot to foot. I believe I owe you an apology. The way I behaved was rude, ill-mannered. You're an honest and honorable person. You've clawed your way up from the bottom of society to the title of Knight Commander. And you and I are friends with Queen... And you are friends with Queen Galfrey yourself. I wouldn't say friends, Horgus. I would never, ever, 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 ever accuse Abby of being friends with her. Such persistence deserves respect. He tilts his head in a brief acknowledgement. Please allow me to give you this magic amulet from my humble personal treasury to mark our future cooperation. Okay. He might be interesting to talk to later. Okay, one-eyed devil. A short, chubby tiefling with golden eye patch spits chewing tobacco between his feet and another pinch from the tobacco box adorned with jewels. Fine day to you, Commander. Welcome to the One-Eyed Devil Trading House. His proud manner suggests that each word begins with a capital letter and perhaps even continues in capital letters as well. How did a tiefling end up on the... Yeah, isn't that a risky name for a store for the Crusaders? Ha, yeah, a week doesn't go by without some dimwit boiling over. Well, they don't pay me to explain the difference between allies and enemies, devils and demons, Lord Asmodeus, and all the riffraff like Baphomet and Dascari. So they can go hang. The tiefling spits between his feet and swiftly places another pinch of chewing tobacco in his mouth. Here's what I think. You like it, you buy it. You don't like it, keep moving. If you're spoiling for a fight, take yourself off to the tavern. Okay, show me your wares. I like this guy a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I like this guy a lot. Okay, we've got crap to sell. More crap. It's actually probably not crap. I just don't need it. So we're just labeling it as such. That's an interesting weapon. Dun, dun. We have nobody that can use a flail. Bastard sword of hope. Okay. What is that? Now these, this. We'll look at these later. Wait, did I get it? No. Almost. I think it literally is like the Wooljiff spot though. Oh, I missed my cloak. Do you have potions? No. Okay. Let's see. Thank you. It was nice doing business with you. So there's the jewelry. This is the inn. Nobles. So many nobles. Tavern.
We do it my way.
More peasants. Okay, so nothing over here. I feel like we can say we covered this quadrant really well. That looks like where Social would paint. It's not though. That's really cool. Anything over here? I know that's not Daren, but I think they use like Daren's model. I'm like, wait, that's not Daren. I am gonna guess though that if there was anything, it'd be over here. So maybe we need to go like here and see what happens. And on, where are you, Abs? On the way over, I'm just gonna see if anything perks up. Nope. Okay. Nothing? Nothing. Let's go this way then. Actually, we're right next to the front gate now too. which kind of works out in our favor. What is this? Is this an abandoned building? Oh no. Oh no. House. Peasants. Do. Okay, let's quickly do this. And leave and then go straight through the chapel again. Just like we did before, and see if that triggers Woljif. Because I feel like it's like Dresden, like you leave, you go, then you come back, leave and go. This. How are they fatigued? I never slept while I was in Dresden. That's how they're fatigued. Ulbrig, this is a fork. Did you have these in Sarkorian? Oh god, Lan. In Sarkorian, we had honor. We had loyalty. We had warm-hearted families. We had love. As for forks, yep, we had them too. And we knew where to stick them. Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna... These you can evade. I'm gonna do something stupid. I love doing stupid things. All the time. Actually, we haven't gone... We should go visit him. No. Okay. Actually, let's go this way. I want to do something stupid. Still. I'm not done doing stupid things. This way. I want to see if he has any more information for us. And then I figure we can camp here. Krennic's expression brightens the nose you. How's your applied philosophy? Would you mind discussing an ethical dilemma with me? I grow tired of debating with only myself. Sure, why not? Then listen well. Imagine that there's a person, and you know that he is very, very wrong. For instance, he believes that people enjoy being gutted alive. Don't ask me how he came to this conclusion. He's just odd like that. But he's absolutely convinced that they love it. So, from time to time, he guts people. Just because. You know, he's just such a nice fellow. He doesn't do it because he likes it. He just loves doing good for others. So, this odd, obviously made-up individual, is he a villain or a good lad? Does he deserve to be executed as a criminal or rewarded for his heart of gold? First off, I'd talk with him. Who knows? Maybe he's not the one who's mistaken. Maybe there's something I don't know. The kobold giggles, obviously pleased. Right. What if it's not him being an idiot? What if people actually love getting gutted and you're the only one who doesn't know? And then somewhere in polite society, you accidentally blurt out that people shouldn't be gutted and they'll forever brand you as a prudish and uncultured person. But you're right. If you encounter something incomprehensible, first figure out what's going on and only then act. It seems like a platitude, but most people only learn this lesson right before their death. He falls into a pensive silence for a few moments and then lets out a gasp. Looking sheepishly, he says, "You got me talking and I almost forgot something important. You'll want to see this." He shows you a pile of opened letters. Judging by the handwriting and the quality of the paper, the correspondence was between several people, all of them quite well-to-do. These notes were written by very foolish folk who decided that there's more to be gained by befriending demons than fighting them. This is just a fraction of their correspondence. They sit in their manors in Neurosian, preoccupied every single day with one and only one thought. How else they can hurt your crusade? They spread rumors about you. They try to block your armies, supply chains. They whisper nasty things about you in the Queen's ear. But despite all their influence, they're just amateur conspirators who know nothing about real intrigue. I'll make sure that these letters fall into your associates' hands, anonymously, of course. I'm not looking for fame. If you order your advisors to make these letters public, bad people will be in enormous trouble. They will wake up every single day with only one thought in their mind, wondering what kind of awful food their prison guards will bring them for dinner. Where did you get the information? He shrugs indifferently. I just went hunting, shot a bird, and it turned out to be a messenger pigeon. What are the odds? Thank you for your help. We agreed that I would help you. I keep my word, as any civilized kobold should do. Krennic's speech falters under a bout of heavy coughing. After he catches his breath, his shoulders slump in exhaustion and he sighs. Damn it all. Every disease I've ever caught is surfacing now. During my travels, I spent many nights on bare, cold stone, and now I'm feeling them all. He considers you. Trust me, any thoughts I share with you is not just rambling, it's knowledge, paid for with my blood. It's hard won from the caverns of the Darklands where my tribe fled, fearing the wrath of the devils. If you wish, I can tell you about them. Will you tell me? His voice becomes low and serious. Those were bloody days. We in the Night Ruby tribe were enslaved by the Drow, the elves of the underground. It's ironic. First, we fell victim to the slaves' revenge, then we ourselves into slavery. In the first battle with the Drow, we lost Ermac, our stern leader who refused to bow before the devils or the dark elves. The rest thought it best to surrender. Our new life was harsh and filled with suffering, humiliation, and punishment. Before long, we realized the Drow were tough masters who knew no mercy. But we hadn't grown accustomed to living life on our knees. We couldn't fight back with force, so we used our cunning. We spied and sabotaged. We killed the cruelest of our masters. Of the masters, we helped other slaves escape and thus built alliances. When we got caught, our kindred paid with blood. The Drow punished everyone, guilty and innocent alike. Back in those days, I was a scout and the right hand of our new leader. He was young, cautious, shrewd. But our struggles lasted years, with many of our kin accepting their new fate and resigning themselves to being enslaved. Others were tempted by devils who promised to give us back our former power. All they wanted was more signatures on the contract that doomed our souls to hell. As a result, the tribe splintered. The traitors gave our leaders to the Dark Elves, and then came the Purge. But during the massacre, it was us, the kobolds, who killed most of our kin. I fled, wounded, without any weapons or supplies. All I managed to take with me was a case with that damned contract with the devils. After a long pause, he gives you a crooked smile. So that's the end of the story. Not quite the fall of the Aslanti Empire, I admit. But this one is even more dramatic in its own way. Maybe you should move to Dresden. I'm not too enthusiastic about dwelling in densely populated locations. Places like that are usually crawling with those eager to bash in a little kobold scaly skull. But I fully understand that you have enough important things to do besides constantly running to my camp. All right, search for me in Dresden next time, but I have to warn you, I'm not going to stay out in the open. I'd like to know... Well, you know what? We'll ask him the rest when we see him in Dresden next time. So I didn't realize, though. So I don't think I've actually ever gone back to talk to him. So this is really cool. I did not know that he would eventually move to Dresden. Are you cool? No, it's not. He doesn't have the cool-ass horses. That's the other guy. Also, I would just feel better if he was safe in the city. Because now he's under our protection. So there's that.
One more day, and I'm still alive.
Yes, you are, sweetie.
Everyone dies, and I don't even get sick. Why is that?
Girl, we'll have to talk about this some other day. After everybody's had a good long rest and probably several drinks. Ha 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 ha. Lane realizes you're watching him and hurriedly stashes something in his travel pack. So, how'd you sleep? What's that you're hiding? I suppose there's no point in hiding it now that you've seen. He reaches in his pack and pulls out a battered, cheap-looking book. It's a book of folk tales, the folk tales of Galorian, recorded by some gnome who, unlike me, wasn't terrible at reading and writing. I don't think I'm some illiterate cave monster. I'm a literate cave monster. I even went to school and my family lived on the surface, but that was a long time ago. Once we moved back to the caves, I practiced my survival skills more than my reading and writing. I can read words and individual sentences. When I see a whole page of text, my mind goes blank. It's embarrassing to be like this when I'm surrounded by all these educated people, so I'm trying to work on my skills on the sly. I even asked the seller if he could get me a book with big letters. This was the only one he could get, and it's for kids. I didn't want you to see me struggling to read stories for 5-year-olds. I thought I'd die of shame if you knew, but for some reason I haven't died yet, so you're gonna laugh at me? You could read out loud to me. That's what some people usually do when they're starting out. I promise not to laugh or make any comments. Thank you. Your support means a lot. Why do I keep getting into these awkward situations in front of you? It's like the gods enjoy watching me suffer. Brace yourself for the longest fairy tale in your entire life, because I'm planning to take full advantage of your attention. All right. In a faraway kingdom on the shores of temperate sea, Lan starts off reading slowly, peering at every word, but gradually the reading becomes more confident, and he loses his hesitancy. Caught up in the story, he even tries to interject some feeling into his narration. And they all lived happily ever after. The end. Lan snaps the book shut and smiles. That was incredible. Whenever I try to read on my own, all I do is berate myself for making mistakes. or for my mistakes. But with you, it's like I let go of all those worries. Thank you. You know, this is why people are drawn to you. People can be themselves when they're with you. There's no way I'm the only one who feels this way around you. No, I'm hoping a certain someone, Ulbrich, feels that way too. All right, let's get back on the road. I have no idea what we're gonna do. I have not given up on Woljif, but I feel like we should probably go do something else and not waste our time. But I don't want to do the Daren stuff until then. And I know we've probably got like a quest full of things like this Heaven's Edge we got to wait for. But we could go back. Oh no, I got to talk to the bounty hunter. There's all this other stuff. There's so much to do. So little time. Let's go. A Kelid in a well-worn travel robe with a deep hood offers you a respectful bow. His voice is quiet and emotionless. Greetings, Commander. To be granted an audience with a figure of such importance is a great honor. Your victories have impressed and inspired me, which is why I wish to do my part in the Crusader struggles. By the way, if you're curious why I'm back here all of a sudden instead of out and about exploring like I just mentioned I was going to be, it's because this is me we're talking about, and I want to know if I need to sleep at home once, just to double check the Woljif thing, and if that doesn't do it, I will officially give up until he shows his face. But, I figured we could give it a try. Who are you? The visitor's quiet words sound like a rustling of pages, dry and impersonal. My name is Velg, and I am a Kelid. My lineage dates back to the Sarkorian clans, and bonds of kinship have always been sacred to my family. When the world wound opened, my ancestors fled Horus, but they did not forget their homeland. Even before the Crusades began, my great-great-grandfather marched in defense of our people. He perished, and as they all did. My great-grandfather and his eldest son joined the first crusade. My grandfather joined the second. Our family's warriors have fought in every crusade, and this is why our bloodline is now extinct. They say this crusade will be the last, so I've come, alone, for there is no one else. Alas, I'm no warrior, but still wish to be of use, so how do you plan to help me? His words, devoid of color and emotion, run together to form a monotonous, endless stream. For 23 years, I have been gathering documents on Sarkorian. They contain numerous mentions of the history of the Blackwater clan. The clan was beset by demons as its members had dedicated themselves to creating a powerful weapon against the world wound. The clan needed more time, but no support came from their neighbors, and so the Blackwaters were destroyed. But the fate of the clan is not important right now. What is important is that thanks to a certain ancient map, I've been able to pinpoint the location of their settlement. If you go there, you'll be able to verify my findings. And if you happen to find a weapon that'll help you fight the demons, it'll bring me satisfaction and pride. My life will have had purpose. What kind of weapon? My thoughts on this matter are pure speculation. Perhaps it was a blade that could cut down even a demon lord, or an artifact that could call upon an endless host of spirits, or a circlet that could reverse the flow of time or erase the planar invaders from reality. The Blackwater clan operated in secrecy to protect their work from spies, unfortunately an ever-present concern, and to avoid drawing the demons' attention before the time was right. Thank you. I'll put this to good use. It pleases me to be of use to you. Commander! Anevia greets you with a slight nod. I have information. Though what I have found is mostly innocent, it might be cause for concern. What do you mean? It's about the well-being of one of your companions. Oh no. Soldiers have been gathering in the graveyard to play cards. We usually turn a blind eye to such things. Though it's against regulations, we let them enjoy themselves as long as they don't cause too much trouble, and that's usually the case. But recently my people have noticed Social among them, and the gambling seems to be having an unhealthy effect on him. As you know, I usually keep my nose out of other people's private affairs. With all these spies and cultists, I have too much on my plate as it is, but this time it's about someone you trust with your life. So maybe you should do something about it. This isn't an official report, just a tip from an old friend. Or from a friend. Thank you.